All right. Good. What time is it? 12. Okay. Good afternoon or evening, depending on where you are listening to me from. I'm doing an unscheduled live because I got to get some things off my chest. We were doing our inner circle crypto talk this morning. And if you've never been in our crypto talk to know how this, wait. Let me back up. Let me back up. I got to introduce myself. My name is Brandon Ivey from Los Angeles, California. I'm the founder and CEO of Ivy League Crypto Academy, ILCA. I teach cryptocurrency for a living. And I always got to give a disclaimer. I am not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I share information for entertainment, training, and educational purposes only. And it is up to you to make your own informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to get into. Okay, so now let me get into this. If you've been a part of our crypto talks, you know how we do things. We not only read the charts, we are being mindful of how the crypto market is moving one way or the other. We also look at geopolitical news and any type of news and updates that's taking place in the industry. We catch good coins and tokens. We catch good projects. We're able to accurately predict things are going to take place based on the news that we're getting for the day. In other words, we're staying up and informed on what's going on a day-to-day basis in crypto. I never call myself a crypto expert because in 24 hours, my expertise is already obsolete. That is how fast this industry is moving. What I do say is that I'm crypto versed. And I take the time every day to stay current on what's going on in the crypto space, in the crypto world, because I believe that knowledge is key. Education is everything in this space. It's not going to guarantee that you're going to avoid all of the traps and problems and things that can go wrong in the crypto space, but it will mean that you'll minimize your risk as best as possible, and you will come out on the other side better than you came in. That's what that means. So I stay on this every day, and I've got a community that follows this information and they utilize it for their own self and their knowledge. Well, one article came across our desk today. CZ, the founder and CEO of Binance, the world's largest exchange. And I remember when that went live, I had an opportunity to get my hands on BNB coin when it was at 60 cents back in 2000, was that 2017, 2018. But it became the largest exchange in the world. Billions and billions of dollars. Now, in those early days, it was the wild, wild west in crypto. Exchanges and wallets were doing whatever they want because there was no real clear, what you want to call regulation in place. In fact, the regulators were making it up as they go as well. And when the United States started making regulations as far as KYC and AML, which means know your customer or anti-money laundering, they had brought a case against Coinbase in the early days. And the IRS even sued Coinbase saying, we want access to your database. And Coinbase was like, all right, we're only going to give it to you for individuals that have done more than $40,000 in transactions and or a certain amount a year. And IRS said, no. We want everybody. We want to make sure, and Coinbase lost that case and they had to comply. Well, a company like Binance said, all right, well, we're just not going to do business in the United States. So a lot of exchanges like Binance and Poloniex left the United States and just remained international, and they blocked people from the United States' ability to access that. Now, you know how people in the US did. They just went and got a VPN to try to get around that. But they, after the fact, followed the rules and the law. But before that, the SEC and the Department of Justice went after Binance, saying that Binance knowingly allowed transactions to be taking place through entities that might be considered terrorist activities or doing business in foreign nations that might be on the terrorist watch list or used to avoid United States sanctions. And who do they go after? Binance and its CEO. Okay. That is a multi-billion dollar case. So now let's back up a bit. We've got a gentleman by the name of Rodney Burton, better known as Bitcoin Rodney. Now, Bitcoin Rodney is currently incarcerated and charged for being involved in what they consider a criminal Ponzi scheme called Hyperverse and doing public advertising promoting the guarantee of returns from the sale of a security and illegal money being an unlicensed money transmitter in the United States on several accounts, and somebody had sued him for it. Now, Hyperverse and all the hyper things have been found out to be utterly scams, Ponzi scams and schemes. And Rodney, as a promoter of that business, was found guilty of promoting a known scam and money laundering with activities in the US rail system, knowingly doing so. There's a difference with intent. Knowing and not knowing, that what you're involved in and what you're doing is wrong. But the law does not matter about whether you were conscious of it or not. You break the law, you break the law. Your intent is irrelevant. So it is claimed that they want to make an example out of Bitcoin Rodney and some others, and that they want to sentence him anywhere between 5 to 10 years in jail. Now, Rodney has a prior record on him. Okay, so you see those two facts there. Let me also state this fact. CZ, founder and CEO of Binance, billions of dollars of transactions, thousands, hundred thousands, and millions of users of the exchange. Bitcoin Rodney, not the owner or CEO of Hyperverse, not the programmer or creator, a promoter, charged with around $4 million worth of what they consider to be illegal activity. Binance was charged with more than $4 billion of illegal activity. CZ turns himself in from, where was he? Singapore? No, United Arab Emirates, where they don't have an extradition. But he decided to come on to America and face the music, right? Bitcoin Rodney, I think he got raided and snatched up. I don't know the details of how they incarcerated him. Bitcoin Rodney, they want to give 5 to 10 years on $4 million. Guess what CZ got? Anybody want to take a wild guess? How about 4 months? Not 4 years. 4 months. Now, I'm trying to make this make sense. My default would go to, is this racism? But both of them are people of color. So while there might be, in the case of Bitcoin Rodney, and they want to use him as an example, that's not the case when it comes to CZ. What I'm more looking at here is a two-tiered justice system. And in America, that has been thrown around a lot because a former president is being indicted on 91 felony accounts and 4 different cases in 4 different jurisdictions: New York, DC, Georgia, and Florida. And those who support him claim this is a two-tiered justice system against Donald Trump. Okay. I'm not going to really go down that road. You know how I am. For those of you who do know how I am, and I try to publicly not go down the political road or the religious road, because no matter what I say, somebody's going to be pissed off about it. And then, I don't want that to impact business. But in that case, the two-tier justice system is for the haves and the have-nots. About time that those people actually want to pay attention to a two-tier justice system that we've been living under, well, I don't know, since the beginning of time. But since it's now happening to Donald Trump, oh, two-tier justice system. But in fact, if anybody else not named Donald Trump was accused of any of the things that Donald Trump has done, they'd be underneath the jail cell right now. So yeah, it's called the privileged, the haves and the have-nots. And that's what I'm seeing here when it comes down to CZ and Bitcoin Rodney. It's a class system, the haves and the have-nots. The guy who was accused of more than $4 billion of illegal activity gets 4 months, while the guy who didn't own nothing and is charged of $4 million, not even a tenth, 1%, 1% of what CZ is accused of, they want to lock him up for 10 years. I don't even need to play the race card on this. It's a class system. It's a class system. Can anybody justify that to me? And I know there are others that might try to, I mean, you gotta wrap yourself up in a pretzel to try to weave an understanding on why CZ gets 4 months and Bitcoin Rodney will get. And I am not defending Bitcoin Rodney. I said that hyperverse shit was a scam from day one. I called him out on that crap. So no, I am not a defender of hyperverse, HyperOne, OneCoin, or none of those bullshit scams that everybody fell for. I was the one saying, don't get involved in that crap. So I'm not defending the opportunity or Bitcoin Rodney. What I am looking at is just equal judgment here. 10 years for the brother who didn't own nothing. 4 months for the guy who billions. The whole point of the justice system is to create something that's called deterrence. That if you hold somebody accountable for what they do, it will prevent others behind them from repeating the same crime. Deterrence. So if you look at somebody like Bitcoin Rodney and you want to lock him up for 10 years, what behavior are you deterring? Well, what did he do? He promoted a knowing scam. He attempted to do over-the-counter money laundering, knowing it was wrong, to the tune of $4 million. He promoted himself and his lifestyle of buying the houses and the cars and the yachts and the lifestyle and making it rain in the clubs and all the jewelry and all that stuff. So his punishment is to deter other people from engaging in that type of activity. Is 10 years worth it? Somebody's, well, how much money did he actually make? Well, they're saying he's got to give back the $4 or $7 million. So is it worth it? Me personally, hell no. I like my freedom more than what he made. My freedom, 10 years. But then we look at CZ. Again, we got to go by the justice system and deterrence. So what does CZ do? He created from scratch an exchange back in 2017 and 18 with a token that came out at the gate was around 60, well, less than that. I saw it at 60 cents, but got all the way to 680 something dollars a coin. Became the largest exchange in the world. I think they've generated more than what, 30 to 40 billion dollars. It might be much higher than that. Him personally, 4 to 5 billion that they know of. For the Justice Department to come down on him and say, no, no, no. Now we got to stop you right now, where he even says, hey, it's better to ask for forgiveness than for permission. To resigned from being the CEO of Binance, turning himself in, having to pay, I think he paid a $150 million fine personally. The company's paying a $4 billion fine. And he gets 4 months in jail. And he's coming out saying, yeah, well, I'm gonna build education for the children, crypto education for charity. I'm gonna be a philanthropist. And let's just say he's got a $1 to $2 billion stash somewhere else. Is that deterrent? So if I know, wow, okay, I see what he did there. If I put in 6, 7 years of work, skirt the law, plead guilty, get 4 months, and I get to walk away with $2 billion, is it worth it? I'll let you answer that question. Is it worth it? So I have a problem with that. And that is a blatant show of a two-tiered justice system, not based on race so much, but based on influence. You know, one of our members even said this, well, maybe it's because, you know, the Bitcoin Rodney's influence. Bitcoin Rodney's influence doesn't come close to CZ. Ain't nobody out there know who the hell Bitcoin Rodney is. But the world knows who CZ is. And when he speaks, he can manipulate the entire crypto market. Bitcoin Rodney can't manipulate jack squat, except the people around him who follow him, who want to hang out with him on his yacht with the pretty girls that he paid for. No. CZ does something and FTX collapses. CZ does something and Terra Luna collapses. One tweet and the market drops by 10%. That's power. That's real power. I used to call him the gangster of the crypto space years. And I told you guys, CZ, there's only two outcomes of this. He's either going to end up dead or in jail. Well, I was right. He's ended up in jail, but he's only going to be in jail for 4 months. And he's the same age as me, 47 years old. Even if he only got 4 years, that's still worth it. 4 years to walk away with $2 billion and I don't have the headache of Binance on my back and nobody looking at me no more. CZ, well played. Well played. All right, that's my rant for today. I will be back tonight. What am I doing tonight? Oh yeah, we got my diamond class tonight. We're talking about artificial intelligence. And then tomorrow, all I'm about right now is get bit mining. Get paid for your own physical activity without having to recruit anybody. Self-sustaining ecosystem, smart contract. Not a company, not a CEO, completely decentralized. This will be the hottest dApp and opportunity of the summer. We're going to create a movement. You can be a part of it or you can watch it. Either way, it's happening. Take care. Brandon Ivey out. See you on the next time. Bye-bye.